Welcome into the channel. How are you guys doing? Happy Thursday, and I'm aware of what day of the week it is, y'all, finally, because last night I thought it was, Tuesday, and it was Wednesday all day, all day. But today is Thursday, and we got a little bit of news that you can use. So you see the title. We are going to get into that definitely, but before we do, let me cover a store that is closing before we get into the shortages that are happening. And y'all, these shortages are not what you think. So let's go to the first story. As you enter, please hit that like button. It does definitely help support the channel. And we need all the help we can get over here. I just looked at my numbers, and y'all, my numbers are going down. So it's starting to make me think maybe I shouldn't be doing these news stories. Maybe I should just go on back and do more of my homesteading and showing that, because I do it every day anyway, but I just don't show it every day. So if the numbers keep going down, I may be ending the news story. So definitely help these videos get out to more people by hitting that like button and sharing the videos out, leaving comments also. Thank y'all for coming in. Okay, so the first story is Advanced Auto Parts. They are shutting down. So Advanced Auto Part is closing more than 700 locations to shore up the company's finances following another dismal earnings report. The car parts retailer, which has about 5,000 stores, said on Thursday that the closures are part of its strategic plan to improve business performance. So this is breaking news. Advanced Auto Parts shares slid nearly 5% in the pre-market trading after it reported earnings that missed analysts' expectations. The reduction will result in closing roughly 500 corporate-owned stores, plus about 200 independently operated locations as well. The company did not immediately provide a full list of the locations, but y'all know once they do, I will make sure to bring it to you if I'm still doing news stories. So definitely support the news stories when they come out. Let's see. Now let's get into the shortages that I have listed up here, because of course the stores are seemingly full, and that is a good thing. That is the best time to stock up on the items that you need. It is pouring rain right now. It is cold today, and I still got to go outside and take care of my animals and stuff like that. That's a part of preparing and making sure that they are prepared for the weather, just like we need to be prepared for the weather. So continue to stock up on your food, definitely your medications, and also, items that you would need if there is a power failure. So backup power as well. And don't forget to throw that water in there while you go through your preparedness checkoff list. See. So the supply chain issues, they say, are more likely to result in drug shortages in the U.S. than in Canada. It's a little bit bigger for me. So they say new data suggests that supply chain issues are more likely to result in drug shortages in the United States than in Canada. In both countries, shortages are more likely for drugs with a single manufacturer than for drugs with multiple manufacturers. These findings were published in JAMA, J-A-M-A, if you want to take a look at that. So it says, for this study, researchers analyzed data from the IQVIA multinational integrated data analysis called MITES, and that's what I'm going to call it. I ain't reading all that again, which included 89% of U.S. drug purchases and 100% of Canadian drug purchases. Drugs that had at least one incident report of supply chain issues between January 2017 and September of 2021 were included in that study. The researchers identified 96 unique drugs. Those drugs are still having issues with shortages. You saw we just had a shortage, and we probably still do. I haven't checked an update on IV fluid. We had shortages on acetaminophen and other items here in the United States. Let's see. In both countries, most of the drugs with supply chain issues were approved 20 or more years ago, 86% in the US and 82% in Canada. The most drugs were generic, 94% and 92%. 20% of drugs in the US and 28% of drugs in Canada had a single manufacturer. So that means if something go wrong with that manufacturer, they don't have a backup. So those drugs will not be manufactured. They will not be distributed because they won't be available. So if you have over-the-counter drugs that you know that you can get, go ahead and get those things. We see them trying to pull certain cold medicines off the shelves now. So go ahead and stock up. It is flu season. It's always C19 season because that's not going anywhere anytime soon. So definitely get stocked up on the items that you will need for your home. So I want to bring you that to let you know there may be a drug shortage going on. And then over here, there may be a power shortage as well. So they say everyone is jumping on the AI bandwagon, whether that's to boost productivity, feed curiosity, or avoid one day being replaced by someone else who can use it. But its popularity is putting a strain on our power grid. Y'all know we have a very poor power grid here in the United States. The least little thing and your power is out. If there is an overload, they can do a brownout, which a brownout is when they go in and turn the power off themselves to preserve it for higher peak times. Let's see. According to the CEO of one of the world's largest telecommunication companies, I think it's AT&T if I'm not mistaken, it's going to become the next big social and economic issue in the United States. John Stankley, AT&T's chief executive, warned leaders at Fortune's Global Forum that America isn't ready for the energy consumption that the AI revolution will take. I worry about whether or not we're going to have enough power to make all that work moving forward. I'm laughing because, I mean, most of us saw this coming with, the cars and all of that. And, come on, charging up cars and putting in power stations for them to do that. Not like gas stations. They're just popping up everywhere. How are we going to sustain that? So he said, while suggesting that incoming President Donald Trump will have to tackle this issue or risk being voted out, that's not going to happen. But anyway, if $5 a gallon of gasoline gets people elected or kicked out of office 2 years from now, people are going to be looking at the power bill on their house, because there's going to be a shortage of power and people are going to be consuming it to push the boundaries on AI. And we're going to be asking ourselves, how did this happen? As we are asking ourselves, y'all, right now about a lot of things that are happening, like how did we get to this point where the economy is? So why do we not have an approach here for critical infrastructure or power? You would think it's like they're putting the cart before the horse when it comes to the power. Like you should have built up the power grid before all this other stuff is added to it. So let's pray we make it through winter. AI demand will exceed power utility capacity by 2027, according to a new study that was published today by Gartner, a management consulting firm, and it has forecasted that 40% of data centers could face power shortages in the next 3 years. Think about your information. Let's see. Goldman Sachs research previously estimated that data centers will require 160% more electricity by 2030. That kind of spike in power demand hasn't been seen in the US since the early years of this century, warned the report. Case in point, a single chat GPT query uses 10 times more power than a Google search, according to the investment bank. So that's saying a lot. The other issue with AI being extremely resource hungry is the setback it could have on net zero commitments and climate pledges from world leaders and business leaders alike. There is no plan on how to produce that much power without driving more greenhouse gases. And that's what they don't seem to get that. They want everything to be, green and no carbon, none of that stuff, but you're burning it to build these things anyway. And I'm not saying that it couldn't be done if there was a well thought plan, he says, but there is no plan right now. Let's see what he says the solution is. He personally thinks that he don't see a future that gets us to where we need to get on emissions without some equation of nuclear. If we don't start permitting faster than we are right now, we aren't going to solve that problem. We're well over 8 years off for any kind of reasonable online nuclear power coming out, and most people don't want to go build natural gas power plants right now. That's just saying who he is. So what do y'all think about the new shortages? Not just being food here and there. I expect that there will be some shortages, just because of weather alone. Certain things will be missing from the shelves. Not everything will be missing from the shelves. So no need to run out and buy, but you definitely need to be stocking up on items. And listening to this, you need to be stocking up on some backup power, because we may have moments where, we don't have power because of our failing infrastructure. So wanted to bring this to you guys, and I hope y'all are having a really good day. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Butterfly. Hey, Diana. Hey, Martin. Yes. Wool socks as well. Wool blankets are great, especially like if you don't have that backup and you're just, it's cold. You want to have something that's going to keep you warm, and definitely maybe trying to just heat one room in your home as opposed to your whole entire house, because if the power's out, it'll heat up faster if you have one room closed off, like with maybe something you can have like a solar power generator that you can use for your heater, like I do. Just be careful, be safe. Hey, no frills. Hey, squirrel girl. Hey, butterfly. It's not a long video. This is not a long video. I didn't want to do a long video. I was feeling kind of frustrated. But I'm like, I'm just going to keep moving. That's all I can do. Put a video out. If they like it, they watch it. If they don't, keep moving. But it does help when you guys watch, and it does tell me what you want to see. And it's kind of telling me y'all don't want to see these news stories. So I'm about to go on out this door in the rain, because the work don't stop just because it's raining. I have my jacket on with my hat, and I'm going to feed these animals. And then I have some other things that I need to do. And also, I'm going to let you know on this channel, but I'm also going to let you know on my other channel. So I had 3 channels. But this morning I had a conversation I had a conversation with God, and he said, girl, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing way more than what I want you to do. And you're doing it in the wrong way. So while I was focusing on getting more channels and branching out because YouTube puts you in a niche, he said, you can't worry about them niches. You just need to focus on 2 channels. So I decided to just completely delete my 3rd channel, which is the cooking channel. And y'all, I was only 500 views from being monetized. But he said, you can't make this about the money. You need to make this about the people. What I wanted you to bring to the people was news that they can use on this channel, and your homesteading, how you can garden, how you can, raise your own animals, how you can preserve your own food, etc. And then you can have your other channel and you can do things over there that you're not going to do over here. But to spread myself thin, I'm not giving 100% to all of my channels. I'm really dividing myself. So even though 2 channels is dividing myself, it's still doable. And so I'm going to do what I feel he wants me to do. And that's where I'm at with this today. And I'm just like, it's gloomy day. And it's like, Lord, really, I'm almost there. And he was like, but you already there on them other 2 channels. So make it work there. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. Trying to be more obedient to God's word, even when it's not the word that I want to hear. Hey, Diana, how are you? Yeah, it's cold and rainy. Cold and rainy. I didn't even know it was going to rain today. I really didn't. So I'll see y'all later because I'm probably going to have another video today. Definitely later. Maybe in a few hours or later on today. But I got to take care of some stuff first. So y'all, thank y'all for coming in. Definitely hit that like button. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. And I love my cousins so, so much. And I appreciate all you new ones that have come in and joined the family as well. And the ones that left, y'all missing out. Y'all gonna miss out on some stuff. Okay, come on back. Come on back. Come on back. I'll see y'all later, y'all. Love you, but God truly loves you more.